Hello and thank you. I just want to thank Michelle for inviting me out to speak. It was a long drive, but it was worth it. As she said, my name is Mike Henry. I work for Heritage Action. I'm the Philadelphia Regional Coordinator, but I'm really in charge of 5 states. I'm constantly on the road. I drive up here all the time. This is one of the most active areas of all the areas that I have. I just wanted to start off by telling a story that I was told yesterday by a activist up in northeastern Pennsylvania. He told me a story of an aunt. She's a Holocaust survivor. She traveled over to America to visit his family back in the 1970s. Now, he was a very intuitive kid, and he looked down at his aunt's wrist and saw her tattoo. He placed his hand on the tattoo and looked his aunt in the eye. And he said, "Don't worry, you're safe here." He said, "That can never happen here. This is America." Just like that, his aunt burst into tears and ran out of the room. A few moments later, his grandmother came into the room looking for him. Accustomed to the usual song of praise from his grandmother, he was shocked when she reared back and smacked him so hard he soared across the room. Why would you say that? Do you think we were stupid? Do you think that we ever thought it would happen to us? Do you not think we were cultured? Never think that it cannot happen here. My path to conservatism has not always been easy. My fellow young 20-somethings are usually not in line with my beliefs. It can be hard to find people around the quad who want to talk about the constitutional rights bestowed upon us. I guess that you could call a conservative on a college campus somewhat of a rebel. You'll get to hear one later on when Thomas Stroh gets up and he speaks. But today I wanted to talk about a very specific right bestowed upon us by our founding fathers. It's a right that must never be taken for granted. It is also a right that is currently under attack. This right, of course, is the right to keep and bear arms given to us under the Second Amendment. What does the Second Amendment say? It says, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Let's take that first part. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state. Sure. You need to keep an army to keep your country safe. Let's move on. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's key. This part talks about the people, not the militia. It's in contrast with the militia. This whole sentence does not give specific rights to the militia to keep and bear arms. It says the right of the people. The Founding Fathers were very specific in their language. They specifically separated the people and the militia because they themselves had just finished a 2-year war against a tyrannical militia. They knew the time might come when they might have to do that again. So they made sure to make a separate distinction between the two. They made the possession of those arms a right that the militia would never take away. Gun control advocates who truly do not understand the wording will tell you that the comma separating the people and the militia is simply a pause and that the phrasing is clumsy. That's funny because they can't seem to find any other place where the writers screwed up the wording. Our organization has been at the forefront this week. We've been standing up for this right and any attacks made upon it. In my home state, people are really fired up about the current legislation being passed through the Senate. Close to 30 groups, 30 of the largest groups in Pennsylvania just signed a letter sent to our senators denouncing this attack on the Second Amendment. If we budge on our rights, that means that the rest of them are up for negotiation. If you give the government an inch, they will take a mile. That is why our organization exists. That's why you are here. And sincerely, I want to thank every single one of you that came out, that are fighting, that are out there every weekend, that are out there every week, doing what you can. I'll save the plugs for last. Our organization, we fight for the constitutional rights that are bestowed upon us, and this week we really have stood up, and we are the voice fighting against these attacks on the Second Amendment. I have some literature over there, but I just wanted to come up here and reinforce what you guys are doing, because what you guys are doing is really making a difference. The initial language of this bill that came out in the past week had a small language issue. There was concern over the language in the bill, whether or not a judge in the circuit or the Supreme Court could interpret the second part of the language in the bill as giving the Attorney General's office any and all power to regulate the rest of the language in that bill. And people put up enough of a fight that within a couple days, I think on Friday, they changed all the language in that bill. So what you're doing is effective, and you can't stop fighting. What you're doing here today is really important, especially in this area of New Jersey and all throughout New Jersey. So I thank you for coming out, and I hope to see many of your faces in the upcoming future.